My name is Austin Williams. I'm a wealth coach here at Better Wealth. And today we're going to be looking at the two different ways that you can prevent your policy from MECing. If you've never heard of a MEC before, well, you're going to learn a lot more by the end of this video. So buckle up. We're going to just jump right into it. And simply put, there's very easy things that you can do to prevent a MEC happening from your policy. So first, what is a MEC? It's a great first question. Really easy answer. It's a modified endowment contract. Still, the next follow-up question is, what's a modified endowment contract? Great question. So a modified endowment contract is going to happen when the cash value inside your policy becomes too much relative to the amount of death benefit in the policy as a whole. When it does this, the IRS is essentially, saying like, whoa, 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 time out, time out. This doesn't feel like life insurance anymore. This feels like an endowment contract. And so it loses some of the benefits that are associated, especially like the tax advantages that are associated with life insurance. So there's two ways LMEM can happen. If you contribute too much premium in the first 7 years above the amount that it was designed to take, or if at any point in the policy, there's a corridor that exists between the cash value and the death benefit. And if the cash value strays above the allowed corridor, it can MEC. If a policy MECs, then what happens is all the earnings become taxable. If you were to take a policy loan, borrow against the policy, that policy loan could be considered income, could have tax consequences. So you don't want this to happen. We don't want it to happen for you. The carrier doesn't even want to have it happen because they don't want to talk to the IRS any more than you do. So everyone around you is going to be like doing their very best to make sure that this does not happen for you. If something is getting close or if there's a danger of it happening, there's obviously going to be some warnings, and obviously we're going to be staying on top of this for you too. But there are some very easy things you can do to prevent it from happening. Two things in particular. So the first thing I did was just make a policy that has no attempt to prevent the MEC. The way that we build our policy is extremely low base, extremely high PUAs. And as you see here at this specific carrier, it MECs in year 19. So $20,000 a year is being contributed. And if that is not changed whatsoever, then starting in year 19, the MEC happens. Now, this is definitely carrier specific. So there are some carriers where if, for instance, you got a 20K policy that you could put in 20K every single year and the MEC wouldn't happen. And obviously so this is obviously a conversation that you might want to have with a wealth coach here at Better Wealth. But at this carrier, the MEC would happen in year 19 if there are no further changes made. But the first thing that you can do to prevent a MEC, the easiest way is just to contribute less premium. The fewer dollars you put in the policy, the less the cash value is going to grow, and therefore is not going to stray outside of that corridor. So as you see in here, I told the system to prevent the MEC. So starting in year 19, instead of the full 20,000 that gets contributed normally, only 19,735 got contributed. And then it knows the exact number that it needs to stay under in order to prevent it from MECing. And so it went down to 16,814 for a few years, back up to 20,000, back down to 15,000. And because of this, what happens is that the MEC actually gets pushed all the way out from year 19 to year 32. And I know year 32 because there's that M next to 32. It says, okay, now the MEC's not going to happen until year 32. This person's now 79 years old, so pretty far in the future. There's still another card in your pocket, and this is a really powerful card that takes care of most anything related to a MEC. And that thing is doing a premium offset. And if you combo those together, you do the payless premium plus the premium offset, it's pretty much unbeatable. So as you see here, I had the payless premium going on all the way to year 30. And you see that because there's only 10,281 in premium going all the way to year 29. And then starting in year 30, I turn on premium offset. And the premium offset is where the dividends of the policy or your share of the profits is some of that will get surrendered and it will offset the base premium. The base premium of this policy, you look in the left-hand column for total premium, is $48.73. So if you look at the dividend starting in year 30, so $37,414 in dividend, $48.73 is going to get surrendered, and that will just pay for base. Now, the difference between $48.73 and $37,414 is going to do what it always does, which is buy paid-up additions and increase the cash value. But $48.73 is now getting surrendered and is just buying death benefit. Now, the reason why this prevents the MEC is because if you surrender a dividend and it's not buying PUAs, base buys a lot more death benefit than PUAs do. And so if you're surrendering part of it and you're buying base with it, well, then that's going to increase your death benefit enough relative to how fast your cash value is increasing to where the MEC is going to get pushed off. And as you see in that premium outlay column, instead of you putting any money in this policy, starting in year 30, $0 are getting contributed. So you're not putting in anything out of your own pocket into the policy. The policy is paying for itself. The cash value is still increasing, though. The death benefit is still increasing. This is an incredibly well-designed policy. And because of this, the MEC is pushed out indefinitely. It does not MEC from this point forward. So two very easy, straightforward ways that you can push off the MEC: the premium offset, reduce you paying less premium. You have lots of tools at your disposal, and we want to have a long-term relationship with you here at Better Wealth. We'll help you monitor your policy for many years and many years to come to make sure that it doesn't MEC. We're going to do annual policy reviews with you so that we can kind of look at the performance every year. Look at, okay, maybe this year do we need to put in less premium? Can we put in the max amount of premium? We'll help you make those decisions. And we also get sent notices from the carriers if a policy is in danger of lapsing or MECing, so we can alert you accordingly. We want to continue to support you as long as this policy is active. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a little bit about MECs and that it's very easy to avoid them. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
If you're a high-earning professional, entrepreneur, or just somebody who wants more control of their money, we offer something called a clarity call. It's a one-on-one conversation where we look at whether or not overfunded whole life insurance could help you build a safe, liquid, and tax-advantaged foundation to help you grow your wealth. Now, there's no pressure or fluff. We're just looking to get real clarity on whether or not this strategy aligns with your goals. So click the link in the description below or hit the tag comment.